Hi everyone, Suzanne here. I hope you're all well and welcome to Sew Custom. Today's video, as you will have already seen from the thumbnail, is how I sewed up this little number. So if you're interested in seeing that, then let's get started. Starting with the fabric, this is an ITY. It has stretch in both directions, very drapey, good for a project like this, and on to the cutting out. Starting with the back, I have a couple of notches to mark where my sleeve will go. My fabric underneath is on the fold, and the first thing to do here is to add the sleeves. I have 2 layers of fabric underneath my pattern piece and the usual sleeve notches. Now this piece is ready to be added to the back. Lining up my notches. My fabric is right sides together and ready to sew. And this time sewing on the overlocker at my 1 centimeter seam allowance. So that's that done. I've given it a press. Happy with that. Now to stabilize the neck. So I'm using this stretch stabilizing tape and I'm just pressing it into place the whole way around the neck and shoulders. This is just going to help prevent the neckline from stretching out too much over time. And then to close up the neck and shoulders on this dress, I've decided on a bias finish. So I'm just laying a strip of the outer fabric right sides together with one shoulder and pinning into place. And stitching here on the sewing machine this time, back stitching to start, at my 1 centimeter seam allowance, trying to make sure my edges are lined up the whole way around, and back stitching to finish. So I just need to trim down that seam allowance and press. So taking off here probably about 2/3. Pressing the bias away from the dress, making sure that that trim seam allowance in underneath is butted up against it. I'll finish that pressing off camera and ready to understitch. So sewing through the bias, through that trim seam allowance in underneath. I'm about 1 millimeter or 2 away from the dress. And this understitching is just going to help that bias to lie nice and flat, tucked away in underneath. Backstitching to start and backstitching to finish. So now I just need to take care of that raw edge. So folding it in underneath, pressing, folding again and pressing. I'll finish that off camera and ready to stitch. So stitching right along that inner crease edge, starting with a back stitch, taking this nice and gently and finishing with a back stitch. And after it's had a good press, this is how it looks. So that's as much as I can do on the back at this stage, so on to the front. I have the usual sleeve notch, a couple of really important notches at either side of my tie, and then a notch to mark the top of each of my pleats. And for those of you that are interested in patterning, I've shown this technique in lots of different videos. I shall leave a couple of them linked below. I have 2 layers of fabric underneath my pattern piece, and off camera I ran that same stabilizing tape along the neckline and along the armholes. And that's just because there's a lot of weight on the front of this dress and I want to try and prevent both of those areas from stretching out. And the first thing to do here is to join my 2 front pieces along the center skirt.
So in preparation for that, I've ran that edge through the overlocker on both pieces. I've laid one over the other, right sides together and pinned. And stitching here at my 1 cm seam allowance, back stitching to start, and back stitching to finish. I've pressed my seam open, and the next thing to do is to take care of those pleats. So I've went ahead and pleated one side. So for the other, I'm just pinching at each of those notches you see me snip earlier, folding towards the center and pinning into place. I'll show that a couple more times. So just pinching at the notch, lining up the 2 notches and pinning into place. And once they're all folded, this is how they look, and I just want to run a tacking stitch over the top just to hold those pleats in place. So sewing within my seam allowance, back stitching to start and back stitching to finish. So that's my pleats temporarily held into place. They've had a good press. So now that that's done, I can move on to the ties. So just laying one side over the other, making sure those really important notches I mentioned earlier are lined up. My fabric is right sides together and pinning. And stitching here from the edge of the pleat, right the whole way up to the corner, little pivot, and finishing at the point. And now to make sure I've got nice sharp corners, I'm just going to trim there. And now that that's done, I can turn the whole thing right side out. I've given it a nice press off camera, and this is the result. Super happy with this. And now that that's done, I'm ready to close up that center front seam on the bodice. So just like the skirt before, I've ran that edge through the overlocker, laying one side over the other. My fabric is right sides together, and stitching here at my 1 cm seam allowance, back stitching to start and back stitching to finish. I've pressed my seam open, and now that that's done, I'm ready to close up that waist seam. So just laying my bodice over my skirt, right sides together, lining up those center seams, lining up my edges, making sure my ties are out of the way, and ready to stitch. And just like before, I'm going to tack this into place at the sewing machine before sewing permanently on the overlocker. So that's that all tacked into place. Now to the overlocker. So I'm going to sew right over the stitches you've just seen me sew, and I'm going to sandwich in between my thread and my fabric some clear elastic. And what this will do is allow that fabric at the waist to stretch out so I can get the dress on and off, but also recover back to its original shape. So I've given that a press. And you can start to see here the shape that the front of this dress is going to take. Super happy with this. So now to close up the neckline on this dress, I've decided on a lining. My fabric underneath is on the fold. I have a notch at the centre of the neck and one at the sleeve. So that's that done. And now laying it over the top of my dress, my fabric is right sides together and ready to stitch. Back stitching to start at my 1 centimetre seam allowance. Little pivot there at the bottom of the V. And back stitching to finish. So I just need to snip into that fabric at the V and prep the neck for understitching. So to do that, I'm just pressing the lining away from the dress, but making sure, just like I did before, that that seam allowance underneath is butted up against the lining. And stitching here through the lining, through that seam allowance in underneath, and I'm about 1 millimetre or 2 away from the seam you've just seen me sew. And just like the understitching on the bias earlier, this is just going to help that lining to stay nicely tucked away in underneath. Starting and finishing with a back stitch. So that's my lining all attached and understitched. I've given it a press. I've also ran that bottom edge through the overlocker just to finish it off, and from the outside, nice and neat and tidy. So now to join my front and back together at the sleeve. So just pulling my lining up out of the way, laying my back over my front, my fabric is right sides together, lining up my sleeve notches, and ready to stitch. Back stitching to start, sewing here within my seam allowance, just tacking these 2 pieces together for now. I'll sew them permanently on the overlocker in a second, and back stitching to finish. So that's my front and back tacked together at the sleeve. So now to attach the lining, and to give me a really clean finish on the inside, I'm just folding that lining over the top of that sleeve seam, lining up my edges, lining up my notches and pinning, and ready to stitch. And as I mentioned, sewing this seam now permanently on the overlocker. So I just need to pull everything through to the right side. And once it's had a press, this is how it looks. All of my seams there, nicely tucked away. Happy with that. So now to close up the side seams. So lining up the edges of my sleeves, my side seam edges including my lining, and pinning into place. And stitching here on the overlocker at my 1 centimetre seam allowance, the whole way down that seam. And of course I've done exactly the same on the other side. They've had a press, happy with that. And while I was at the overlocker, I ran both the hem of my sleeve and the dress through it, just to tidy it up. I've then pressed in underneath by my hem allowances and pinned into place. And on this dress, I've decided on a blind hem finish. So to do that, I'm firstly going to run a tacking stitch the whole way around, about 5mm or so away from the edge. And I'm showing here the hem of the dress, but I do exactly the same thing on the sleeves off camera. So I'm using the longest stitch length on my machine. I'm not backstitching at the start or the finish. These stitches are just temporarily holding that hem in place. So before I can sew my blind hem, I just need to press those overlock stitches away from the dress. So I'm tucking the hem in underneath, giving myself a nice crease line there. And ready to stitch. I'm using my blind hem foot here, so it has a little ridge in underneath, which you'll see in a second. I line up with that crease line. I'm using my stretch blind hem stitch, which is this one. So as I said, my hem is tucked underneath. My crease line is lined up with that ridge on the foot. And what this particular stitch is doing is taking 7 stitches right along the edge and then picking up a tiny little bit of fabric right on the edge of that crease line. So the end result here will be a vertical stitch at intervals running right around the perimeter of the hem. You'll see that in a second. And this is the first time I've used this stitch in combination with this fabric. The last time I sewed with this fabric, I hand stitched the hem. I think I'd like to try another method, but that's for another video. So I just need to remove those tacking stitches, give my hem a good press, and this is the result. So you can see those tiny little vertical stitches the whole way around the hem. Exactly the same thing on the sleeves, and with that, this little dress is complete. So I've got my V-neck nicely lined and understitched, got my back neck and shoulders bias bound, got those ties at the front pulling everything into a point, my pleats and those blind hems. And this is what it looks like on. I'm super happy with the details on this one. I love the cap raglan sleeves. I like that it's V-neck, the shape that's created with the tie pulling everything into a point. Those pleats are just gorgeous, and the benefit of having those pleats is it gives you a little bit of extra room at the hem, eliminating the need for a split, which I love. I think this one would make a really good formal dress. Maybe changing up the shape of the neckline, changing the arms and lengthening. I think that would look gorgeous. Love this one.
So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do, and I shall see you on Friday. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic week. Bye folks!